right, Taurus, significant situation in romantic love you're going to be dealing with this week. Very nice. We have the Star, healing, realizing who you really are, what you really want, knowing the way forward, and it will be yours, okay? Once this level of star energy is fully expressed and achieved by you. With a Star, an Aquarius may be significant. Challenge, obstacle, the main challenge, obstacle, or blockage you face in regards to the situation. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Knight of Pentacles, perhaps, being too careful, too practical. This is Virgo, Taurus, as well as Capricorn energy. One of those may be significant to you. So with the Knight of Pentacles, maybe either yourself or your love interest. For singles, this would be your energy, which is your challenge this month in romantic love. But with the Knight of Pentacles, for those of you who are connected to someone already in a romantic connection, this could either be your energy or your love interest energy. It's slow moving, careful, sometimes overly careful, because I do take into account the lower polarity energy, but we'll see. Core issue of the situation, strength. Okay, so the core issue here is will overriding baser emotions, fears, doubts, anger, jealousy can be a range of things. But with strength, it is about sticking it through, courage. Leo may be significant. This is Leo energy. And, using your will to overcome, or your love interest, for those of you who are in a romantic connection, your love interest or yourself overcoming through will, courage, and determination fears. Okay, and this is the core issue of the situation that you're dealing with in romantic love. The significant past which has led to the current situation, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so consistency, working things out, putting in a lot of effort and dedication into your romantic connection, or for singles, into your love life. Okay, but I will put it all together. Just give me a second. Now, where you're at currently, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, into this in regards to the situation you're dealing with, and this is a general reading. This could easily be your love interest energy. High Priestess, this is Piscean energy. So where you're at, or where your love interest is at, to be fair, is someone is in the process of tuning into their deeper intuition and making a decision about whether or not to move forward with someone, or in love, romantic love in general. So obviously for singles, this would be about, tuning into your deeper intuition, knowing it is time and it's safe and it's right, and that you're ready to move forward and get back out there. For those who are in romantic connections, tuning into your deeper intuition, or your love interest doing this, knowing that it's right, it's safe, that this is what you want or they want to move things forward in romantic love. Where your love interest is at currently, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, in regards to you and in regards to the situation that you're dealing with in romantic love. And for singles, when I was shuffling in the intentions of each of the positions, this is, if you don't have your eye on someone, it's someone who has their eye on you. 9 of Swords. So this could also be your energy, Taurus. So please keep that in mind. Someone is feeling a lot of anxiety, stress, worry about, this connection, or for singles, about their love life. If this is your energy, but if this is your love interest energy and not your energy, Taurus, your love interest is feeling very overwhelmed, sleepless nights, fearing the worst, stressing about this connection, and whether it's heading in the direction that they want, if they're ready for it, if they're not ready for it. If this is your energy, you're stressing, you're having sleepless nights, you're having a lot of anxiety about where this is headed, or if you're ready, for that next level or where it's headed, there is a lot of anxiety about the connection. Okay. And, the state and the direction of the connection, likely outcome of the situation. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So we have the Page of Materials, which is the Page of Pentacles in this deck, and we have the Three of Swords. Page of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Someone, probably this person who is going through all of the anxiety and stress, is going to be overcoming their fears, and they are being activated, and they are under the influence of past pain, and they're re-experiencing past pain. Now, it may feel like, whether this is your energy or Crosswatcher's energy, that it's new pain and disappointment because of what's going on. But the truth is, Three of Swords energy, all threes are the first expression, or I should say first creation of their suit. Okay. And this is the first experience of sorrow. So when it comes up, it is the re-experiencing of an old disappointment rather than a new one. Okay. It is a new situation that is bringing up this pain, but it's more of a re-experiencing. And with the Page of Pentacles, someone will be moving things forward. The person who has been kind of, reluctant and unsure about moving things forward because of emotional baggage at the core of it, and old past fears and hurts. And, they are going to be overcoming their anxiety, stress, or worry. Now, alternatively, it could be very much the High Priestess person who, through checking in with what they really want and, going within, they are going to be discovering they actually do want this, and they are going to be confronting and pushing through, the pain, past pain that they're re-experiencing that has been holding this up. Okay. For singles, you're going to be overcoming, the past emotional baggage, and past hurt, and moving forward with the Page of Pentacles in your romantic love life. Now, Page of Pentacles energy for singles, that is getting on dating sites, taking the action, making the plan to get out there again. For those of you who are in romantic connections, this is about, making plans, taking a first real step towards commitment, and really solidifying your connection. Okay, let's recap. So, significant past, which has led to the current situation with the Eight of Pentacles. For singles, you have been working hard. Some of you have been really focusing on building yourself up, really establishing a sense of stability, okay, financial or otherwise, and really regaining your, as I said, sense of stability, your sense of self-empowerment, so that you can, move things forward. For those of you that are in love connections, you or your love interest, probably both of you, someone has been putting in, a lot of effort and consistency to really make this relationship strong and, build it into a very stable, mutually emotionally fulfilling, happy relationship. And for those of you who want that, life partnership. Okay. For those of you who are dealing with reconciliation and re-stabilizing your relationship, someone has been putting in a lot of consistent effort to attain that. Okay. Which brings us to the current situation with a star. You, Taurus, or your love interest, okay, has been through quite a lot. Okay. With the star, with the Three of Swords, and strength showing up, someone has been through a lot of emotional upheaval in their life, which they are coming towards the end of the process of healing from. Okay. And with the star energy, it's, similar, okay, to High Priestess energy, because High Priestess energy is about, going within and knowing your truth and what you want. The star energy is very similar. The current situation that you're dealing with is either your love interest or yourself, completely being healed from that last chapter or experience of major emotional pain and upheaval in their life, and feeling ready and certain about what they want and who they are and moving things forward. For those of you who are single, you've been through a lot. You've been working on stabilizing yourself. And what you're dealing with this month is realizing who you really are and what you really want, regaining that sense of authentic self and feeling ready and healed and hopeful and moving forward in romantic love. With the Knight of Pentacles, for those of you who are in romantic connections, whether this is reconciliation or, it's just a relationship or connection, moving it forward, a matter of moving it forward. With the Knight of Pentacles, someone is being too careful and too practical, too it's like fear manifesting as practicality and too slow moving. Okay, and it's about pulling the trigger and going for it. For singles, again, analysis paralysis because of fear of destabilizing yourself, and are you really ready, and then overthinking things and being too careful. Okay, because as I said, it is this practicality and carefulness is really a manifestation of fear because of all the stuff that you've gone through and all of the hard work that you've put in to re-establish yourself. Okay, core issue of all of this, whether you are single or you're in a connection, with the Strength card, it is really about overcoming the fears. You or your love interest, for those of you in connections, the person who is healing and, discovering, am I really ready? And is this what I really want? This is happening, and this will be happening to someone. They need to overcome through courage those baser fears and doubts that come up and manifest as analysis paralysis, okay, and playing it too safe. And with the High Priestess, yourself or your love interest, okay, or someone who is interested in you. For singles, someone is going within and realizing, I do want this. I want Taurus, or Taurus saying, I do want to get out there. For singles, or Taurus saying, despite everything, deep down inside, I know this person is the right one for me and I do want this. Okay. And with the Nine of Swords, someone, however, waiting on the other person to be ready and going through these fears and doubts, they're feeling very anxious. Alternatively, if this is the person who is, with going through this healing process, there is a lot of anxiety and stress for singles about getting out there again. For those of you who are in love connections, anxiety and stress of this person has been taking a long time. What is the issue? Fearing the worst, sleepless nights, worrying about it. Okay. Now, if this is, the person who is, healing from everything, they are stressing and anxiety and have anxiety about, am I ready? Can I do this? Is this going to work out? What if there's another emotional upheaval? What if this goes to, crap again, in my love life? For singles, am I really ready? I don't know if I'm ready. I don't want to get hurt again. Things like that. Okay. And whatever the case may be, okay, someone is going to be overcoming with the Three of Swords deeper pain by acknowledging it and taking a look at it and truly healing through facing it and realizing I do in fact want this. And because of that, with the Page of Materials, singles, you're going to be taking that real step forward, signing up for a dating website, hanging out with friends more, going out, meeting new people. You're going to take that real first step to getting back out there. For those of you who are in romantic connections, either you or your love interest is going to be overcoming this, realizing that they're ready and taking that real next step towards solidifying this connection in terms of commitment. Beautiful reading, Taurus. All right. This card asks you to fully trust that there is a plan for you and that you have the support of the unseen. There are forces at play much larger than you could imagine. Surrender to that which you cannot control and trust in the idea that Spirit is always orchestrating what is most needed. This card may come at a time when a cycle or trial is also coming to a close. Phrase any what if questions in a positive way. What if this is going to be okay? What if this is exactly as it should be? Sometimes we become paralyzed in the practical world because we are waiting for Spirit to show us the way. However, the universe co-creates with us. We must be empowered as humans in this dense reality to show up for what we want and trust that Spirit will do the same. If you are someone who is always asking for signs, try to take a break from that. Trust yourself as well. Okay, very lovely. And last but not least,